Hi, today we have a big day. We plan to test two of our cars on the Dubai Autodrome. First car is our project Porsche 992 Turbo S. The car is being built for straight line acceleration, but we also want it to be extremely reliable. This is why we're taking it to the track to see how it behaves under extreme track load, because as you all know, drag racing is like 10 seconds of stress, and circuit racing, it's basically 5.5 kilometer race, and you go lap after lap. So that puts a lot of stress on a car, especially when it's built for high power. And we want our solutions to be as much reliable as possible. This is why we're going to test it on the track. And the other car is a purposely built track car. It's the McLaren Senna. It's an amazing car as it is from the factory, and we've done a few changes to make it a bit more track ready, and that is installed downpipes, because car is having catalytic converters from the factory, and if you actually really push this car on the track or even on the street, you'll have error codes for overheating catalytic converters. And we don't want those kind of error codes on a track car. This is why we're going to test both cars on the track under real world conditions and do some data logging and analyze the results. Also, if we have time, we testing our new set of wheels for the Porsche. Those are magnesium wheels, a bit different size and obviously lightweight. And lightweight is always good for racing because we reduce the unstrung mass, and that helps acceleration and overall ride comfort. So we'll see how it works out for us. Basically, there are two track-focused McLarens. It's the P1, but that's a supercar and has all the hybrid systems, so that doesn't count, and the Senna. So Senna is specifically built for the track, has a lot of different modifications to make it perfect for long endurance racing. So it has the upgraded fueling with two brushless fuel pumps. It has a high-performance alternator. Basically, the engine itself is still a 4-liter version, but even the engine is actually upgraded. So it has different camshafts, it had different cam followers, and a lot of small changes that make this engine much more reliable. So even the pistons are different and handle better power. In terms of power, it's not that much different from the 765. It's 800 horsepower, but it's built to actually handle it for long periods of time while being raced on the track. Since the car is built so well, and it will be used on the track, so this is not a garage queen. The client actually bought it to race on Dubai Autodrome and Yas Marina. We plan to upgrade it in a proper way to make it more reliable and more enjoyable to drive. And one of the things that will be changed are the downpipes, because stock the car has catalytic converters, and at this much power and with long periods of racing, they don't hold up, and over time they start to fall apart, and that can actually damage the turbochargers and the engine. So the downpipes that we got for this car are these ones. If you know how McLaren downpipes look, you can immediately tell that they're exactly the same as the 720 and 765 version, but there is a difference. So these ones we got are made from Inconel. So that's a different kind of steel. Basically, this is high temperature steel that can hold whatever we throw at it. It can handle all the heat cycles as long as you like. So that's the most reliable option that can be done for this car, and we have it. Also, the heat shielding. This is done in a proper way, so you can tell it from this angle. So the pipe itself is 3 inches, but on the outside we have more than 10 millimeters of heat insulation material. That's like a special ceramic wool, and on top of that wool is the stainless steel heat shield. So it's not like the other downpipes you see on the market that also has this dimpled stainless steel shell. Most of the times it's just the stainless steel welded directly to the pipe. So it has nothing to do with actually being like a heat shield. That's more like a full shield. So for the people that think that it's a heat shield and it actually does nothing. This is proper heat shielding. And when we tested it on the dyno with laser temperature gun, you can measure it just on the outlet of the turbocharger. And at this spot, we get temperatures of about 800 to 900 degrees Celsius. That's a lot. It's basically glowing red. But on the heat shield itself, it's about 250 degrees. So that's a 700 degree drop in temperatures. And it means a lot for high performance cars because you keep all the flow and all the power inside the downpipe. And that's good because we can remove the exhaust gases quickly. That makes a big difference. And second of all, it's reliability because all this radiant heat that goes inside the engine compartment, it what actually makes all kind of issues over time because your rubber components will start to become brittle and break all the wiring, and you lose a lot of performance. And you can see all the ducting on this car. It's actually to remove heat, and the less heat that we actually have inside, the better. This is why like we get the best heat shield and the best materials to make it reliable. And on a side note, Senna actually has this number plate. It's removable. So even from the factory, it's done in such way that before you go on the track, the front and the rear number plate can be removed from the quick mounts to improve the airflow. So as I said, this car is purposely built for track racing, and it's done, the guys at McLaren actually done like an amazing job. That's what we're trying to like do ourselves also, make this car a bit better and not compromise any of the things that were done by the McLaren company. We're working with Porsche 992 Turbo S. The car is a 2023 model. We have already installed our Stage 1 tune for the engine and PDK transmission and got 735 horsepower on the dyno. Now it's time to proceed with further steps. So we have already installed the catalyst downpipes. Today we're starting to assemble the car to the next stage, and this weekend we're already planning to get the car to the races and see what it can do on the road. Dubai Autodrome with several of our cars. It's McLaren 765. It has a light Stage 2 tune. So this is the first track outing on this car. Arsen! this is the first track outing for this car, so just made a few basic runs, and it will be collecting some data because this car will be used primarily on the track, and this is what we're building it for. Second car that we started working on is McLaren Senna. That car basically is still in its break-in period because the mileage is only 400 kilometers, and until we reach 1000 it cannot give full power or enter race mode. So now we're just breaking in the engine, taking it light. At 1000 kilometers we're going to do an oil change, full inspection and service, and update the software to full power, and then this car can be used on the track. Also, we're running our GT3. There's not many mods, just the suspension, and now collecting some data to see how well it goes. And we have our Porsche Turbo S on the track today. Mainly the white one. Mainly we built it for straight line acceleration, but it's fun to see the numbers on the track. They're quite good. So we got 2 minutes 23 seconds on Dubai Autodrome on full circuit. So that's a pretty good time. But we're running basic tires and the tire pressure is a bit too high. So we'll be making some adjustments and making some more runs. Yeah, and the time for the white Porsche is actually 2 minutes 21 seconds, so that's quite good. Made a mistake. Okay, so we've done a few extra runs on the white Porsche and actually improved the result. The time that we got now is 2:17, and compared to some of the other cars running today, it's faster than GT3 RS with a really good driver. So the result is good. It's not only fast on the straight line, but it's actually extremely fast on the racetrack. And considering that we're running Michelin Cup tires, so that's not the best setup. It's not Cup R, it's not Trofeo RS tires. And it's still the factory wheels, which are not the lightest, and the size could be different to improve the numbers. So we're extremely happy with today's result. Today we're doing some additional changes to our 992. We have installed magnesium wheels and Mickey Thompson tires. So the difference is, this is what we have ran, stock 21 on the rear and 20 on the front, and we ran the Michelin Cup 2 tires. So the result was very good. We even tested it on the track, and it was also really nice, but we didn't adjust the suspension for the track, so the result wasn't optimal, but still very fast. Now we switched to same size front and rear, so it's 20s on the rear, 20s on the front, and it's magnesium, so it's more lightweight. Compared to stock weight, compared to the 21s, that's almost 3 kilo on the rear saved per wheel and 2.5 on the front saved per wheel. The tires themselves, now we have Mickey Thompson's. We'll see how it goes. So hopefully we'll get a bit more traction because now we're losing some of the grip and 0 to 100 time is not optimal. Today we'll try to test and see if we get any kind of improvement. We should. This tire is a bit more heavier than the Cup 2 tires, but we saved some weight on the lightweight wheels and gained some weight on the tire. So it balances out. Regarding the numbers, the rears are 9.8 kilos. I already forgot the front, but I'll get those numbers for you. Front is 8.9. It's not the lightest design that we can do from magnesium, but it's a classic design that fits Porsche, and it's really strong. We want to make sure that we have plenty of strength built into the wheel. We don't want anything to happen once we start to increase power even more.